All right, we are here with our special guest, Mr. Excellent. Mr. Excellent, Danny Fritz. And, we just wanted to go over your journey to becoming a professional wrestler. And can you go through that journey with us?
Basically, when we were all small and little, as little kids, we had dreams of becoming some sort of celebrity. And of course, I had a huge sports and athletic background. But before I go to practice or before I go to any games, football games on the Saturday mornings, I used to tune in to WWWF and also All Star Wrestling, and that really, really got me into to wanting to become a professional wrestler. So, but I knew it took time, dedication, and work. Being a former track and field star and football player, and also a martial artist, basically prepared me for professional wrestling. So, as I've gotten older, of course, and old enough after completing college or getting a couple of degrees, I decided to go back and to sign up for pro wrestling school. Well, what pro wrestling schools are we talking about? Well, Ken Spence School of Professional Wrestling, and also I went to Dory Funk's Funking Conservatory, right? So, which was out of Ocala, Florida. Also had the opportunity to go to the WCW power plant when I met High Voltage, Chaos, and also Rage, and Chaos and High Voltage, and of course the late Pistol Pez Watley, and had the opportunity to be invited to the WCW power plant, but unfortunately the plant had folded, because they were going through some financial transitions. My rookie year, of course, was in 1995, graduating from the school, Ken Spence School of Professional Wrestling. Got the opportunity to wrestle some of the great athletes in the IWA. Ken Spence not only was a good trainer, he was also a professional wrestler. I think he wore some of the hats of the Super Destroyer, and also he may have been one of the Assassins. But he was a great wrestler too, and I think he came from a family that were great amateur wrestlers. So that helped me because the school taught you basically how to wrestle, and actually protect yourself in the ring as well as out of the ring. So it was a very, very good school. Also taught you, the different things we call bumps, learning how to fall and taking bumps. Although it took a lot of athleticism to do this, this job, and also become very, very successful. So professional wrestling, is very good to me. However, you had to be careful of what promoters or people that you come into contact with. There's a lot of great people in the business that I had the opportunity of coming in contact with, who were very good, who actually mentored me and guided me and tried to turn you, steer you down the right direction. The great parts of the business, those are the things I like to remember, because those persons who were in my life that guided me and steered me in the right direction and told me the truth. So Dory is, of course, Dory Funk. Mr. Dory Funk is one of them. He's an awesome guy. Ricky Morton. You had guys from Demolition, Axe and Smash, Barbarian. I love you guys, man. You told me and gave me a lot of great advice for stuff. You took me under your wing. The late Chief Wahoo McDaniel. I just have so much love and respect for him as well. Unfortunately, he's with the Lord now. And other several wrestlers that passed away that I had the opportunity of meeting and actually working with. However, so on the other hand, in the IWA, you had the IWA stars and you had stars from the ACW. I love LA Wild and Brian Bruce. Great tag match, the Hollywood tag team, the Hollywood Express, right? And you had the East Coast connection with Robbie Robb and his partner. You had the Mantels, Chris Mantell and Buck Mantell, fine tag team, and the Terminators, right? Terminators are a very good tag team. A lot of respect for the Terminators. Those guys were a fantastic tag team. And you had also coming up through the ranks was the Storm Brothers, right? Damian Storm and Joe Storm. So, yeah, I remember you Storm Brothers. Yeah, we bumped heads, and of course, you guys had to jump me during one of our matches before my championship match with Chris Mantell. Had to put me in the hospital with a shoulder injury, but I was able to come back and win the belt. But anyway, Storm Brothers, Damian and Joe, we have to continue to put the fans in the seats. You're still young, I'm still young, we still got a lot left in the tank. Chris Mantell, got a lot of respect for you. We used to keep a lot of fans in the seat. Pretty Boy Pat Friday. Oh yeah, I'm coming back at you, brother. Don't forget, coming back at you. So be prepared because Mr. Excellent's been training really, really hard. So because of this pandemic, I had to lay off for a while. So we want to make sure we maintain a safe distance, 6 feet social distancing. So it's very important. So we want to obey the rules because even though the wrestling group we're a family, we still have an ode due to the fans. So we must stay safe and not spread this virus that's going on. Make sure you get vaccinated too. Mr. Excellent got his vaccination, so I'm ready to rock and roll and train again. Continue to train again. Getting back though, let's see some of the other great matches. We had the Scorpion. We also had Ricky Morton, of course. I had to wrestle him down in Kingsport, Tennessee. And that was an experience because I'm usually always, the good guy. But because me and Ricky was wrestling against each other, of course the fans didn't like me down here too much in Kingsport, Tennessee. So, however, though, it was a great match between me and Morton. And I hope Morton is doing fine. Also, just want to continue on to talk about coming up through the ranks. I got the opportunity of winning the U.S. television title, the IWA U.S. title, and the ACW U.S. television title. And it was an honor that also held the IWA tag titles for a short period of time, for a short moment. Again, the Terminators, Chris Mantell, Buck Mantell, the Mavericks, right? The Mavericks. Also the Storm Brothers. They were the 3 top tag teams around that was in the IWA. And when folks came out throughout other organizations to come wrestle against their tag teams, like Death and Destruction, the Freebirds, a lot of other great tag teams came down to wrestle against these teams. And, of course, the Storm Brothers and, of course, the Terminators and the Mantells have done a fantastic job. Okay. Can't forget Lumbee Warrior. Can't forget Slick Rick. They were also actually Lumbee Warrior had first day in wrestling school had to get stitches. So this business is a pretty tough business to be successful in. It takes a lot of hard work, takes a lot of training. You must eat well. And also, my favorite saying of all, do y'all remember what that was? Stay in school, obey your parents, and say no to drugs. Stay in school. You want to always study and show yourself approved. Obey your parents, honor your mother and father, and say no to drugs. You know, your body is the temple of God, and it's the temple of the Holy Spirit. So you don't want to you don't want to fill your body with drugs and poison in your body. You want to take care of your temple. So these are three most important things that we're doing. Also, too, continuing on, strong track and field background. I was the 800-meter track and field champion in 1983. I was the 800-meter champion, indoor champion. I've done a lot within track and field. Played some semi-pro professional football for the Carolina, in the Carolina League, the Winston-Salem Wallabies, the Davidson County Bandits, also the Georgia Thrashers out of Georgia. I'm a consummate martial artist. Of course, I teach. Actually, have 5 different black belts in 5 different systems. The Mudaquan Taekwondo system, the Judaquan Taekwondo system. Well, you got the WTF also as well. Black belts in Aikido, and also I am a master level of the Silent Kung Fu 5-animal Hung Gar system, which I must say I was in one of my classmates, which she's in making movies over in Hong Kong, was Robert Samuels. He was student number 1 in our school at that particular time, and he's a great martial artist. I was actually student number 4. He got the opportunity to make several movies with Sammo Hung and met with the great Shaw Brother actors and martial artists. So I got the opportunity to train with him, and he was the one in that school who actually went on to become successful. And not only he's a master in Kung Fu, but he also is a stunt coordinator and also an actor. And he's like the real deal. So I had the opportunities to compete in tournaments myself, nationally and internationally, in Taekwondo, kickboxing, and full contact karate. So it's a lot of things that I can bring to the table as not only an instructor, but my experience says a lot. I still have a lot in the tank. I'm not retired yet. I took a break because I went back to school, got another bachelor's degree in mathematics, and decided to go back and get my master's degree in applied mathematics, and also continue on with my doctorate degree in education. So not only, the myth about jocks not being smart, that's not so much, of course, you're going to call me a jock if you like, but I'm also a jock that had brains, so I know a lot about things experience because I study and read a lot, and also I'm also a student of the game. So you always want to keep your heart and soul open to learn more new things about different things. Okay, always have yourself a backup plan to just in case if you're in a particular sport and you're not, you may being cut off by injuries, or cut off because maybe it's time to retire, and no athlete wants to retire from something that he loves to compete in. But it's always good to go back and have some sort of thing to fall back on. And you want to be able to fall back on something like a career or something. Me, I decided to become a professor, an educator. So there's a lot of other things that we could do, but I decided that the calling that God gave for me was to become an educator, and also to help educators to become successful mathematicians, scientists, and engineers and all that. So, with my goals as far as continuing on in the wrestling business, I hope that Vince McMahon gives me a call one day. I hope Ring of Honor gives me a call. I still, I feel as though that I'm very good at, very, very good enough, very talented that I can go and pursue a career in those top organizations, AML, Winston, also, again, the WWE, the Ring of Honor. There's a couple of new organizations that are out there, AEW. Just want a shot because really tried hard, falling and smashing through tables, diving and doing moonsaults outside the ring. Those things were really, really put out there through talent, hard work, and athleticism. I want to put those things on the big screen. Did a lot of local TV, and local TV is great, and it's all about serving the fans. I'm about serving the fans and giving the fans what they need to watch, what they want to see at the same time. So it's always a risk. And I say this is also my favorite line. Don't ever try any of these moves at home. These moves are very, very dangerous. We're highly trained. We're athletes. And we have a lot of pure athleticism. Okay. One of my one of the guys that I really, really loved a lot. Of course, Ric Flair was an awesome, not only an awesome wrestler but a worker. Randy Macho Man Savage, Hulk Hogan. And I give respect to also Jushin Thunder Liger, Kurt Hennig. Of course, he's perfect. I'm Mr. Excellent. It just would have been an honor to have a match with him. However, I'm a very technical wrestler. If you watch my moves, and very crafty. Yes, I can fly. I can stay on the ground. I can fly, or I can fight you, or I can wrestle you. I have a lot of moves. And I have close to about 1,000 different moves and 1,000 different locks and holds and things like this, like Dean Malenko, who was also a great one, right? Dean, I ain't forget about you, brother. And also, Dean Malenko, Jushin, Thunder, Ricky Morton, of course, Robert Gibson. Love those guys. Work with those guys a whole lot. And also, going down the line there. Let's see. There was also great. Let's go way back. Gene Kiniski. Also, let's go back. Also, Tony Garea. Let's talk about Strike Force. How about Hercules Hernandez and Pretty Paul Roma? Right. Power and Glory. Of course, the Road Warriors. Axe and Smash from Demolition. Crush. Remember, Crush was added to as the sixth man. Dusty Rhodes. You got other folks. Let's see. The list is so long. The list is really, really. Oh, I can't forget about Bret the Hitman Hart. The Hitman. A lot of respect for him. He's done a lot of wrestling, amateur wrestling. Of course, Stu Hart and also Owen. And I still get filled up when I talk about Owen because Owen, the big accident back up in Calgary. Owen Hart, Bret, the Hart Foundation, Knute Bockwinkel. Liked him. Also, we can't forget about the Ghanaians, Vernon Gray. Vernon Gray Ghanaians. We're going back to AWA, right? So they're fantastic athletes. Did we mention Chief J. Strongbow? Chief J. Strongbow is a very good. Back then, we're going back to the 70s. Again, Tito Santana, Jimmy Fly Snuka. Just awesome wrestlers. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Oh my goodness, and Sweet Stan Lane of the Midnight Express. Sweet Stan Lane. I ran into Sweet Stan Lane at this gym in Greensboro. You remember this? The Living Well Fitness Center on Battleground Avenue. Stan came in there and he said, "I'm looking for a place to work out." I said, "Sure, come on in and work out." Right? Remember that, Steve? You remember that? I was a little bit younger then at the time. I hadn't gotten into the business yet, right? Then, Steve, we ran into each other again down in Georgia when Dory Funk put on the big show, right? And I ran into you again. You couldn't believe it. I told you I met your cousin. Your cousin, she was a car salesman in Greensboro. I forget what kind of cars she was selling, but ran into her at this place called off of High Point Road. It was just a restaurant, and it was like a restaurant and club. They had dinner, and of course you could sit and have dinner, and they played music. Having a brain fart again. We'll get back to that. But anyway, got a chance to meet your cousin, Sweet Stan. Also met some other great guys there as well. And some of the folks that passed away, I give a lot of honor and love and respect for them. And, I think about these guys all the time, Flying Brian, Coco Beware. Yes, so I get really filled up with those great persons who actually performed and worked and wrestled on the big stage. There is, of course, again, goals is to continue to try to become one of the fine persons on one of the rosters. I've been on the independent circuit ever since 1995, which was my pro debut that year, and wanted to actually continue to set an example, also mentor other young and up-and-coming wrestlers. There'll be a part 2 to this. Right now, we're going to stop right there for a second, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you more later about myself and me in the business.
All right, we will be back with Mr. Excellent.